that was another kind of a rough day, but we got through it. It's now actually the next day because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, anyway, I believe it's time for Rocky's treats. For Rocky's you know what. I'm surprised that didn't wake him up. He must be really tired. He had quite a day today, though. Hope that'll wake him up. That'll wake him up. He had quite a day today. There's 4 treats for Rocky. Okay, here we go now. Close the thing up here. Oh, there he is. He woke up. He was tired, though. Out here, he is tired, I'll tell you. Hey, you. Hey, there you go, my pet. Those are yours. Those are yours. Yeah, anyway, that's it. I gotta turn off the heat. I connected the new propane tank to the heater. I'll turn that off. Yeah. Turn the valve down here. Anyway, yeah. I've discovered a trick with this heater. A lot of the time on a brand new tank, these 20-pound tanks, it would when I turned the valve on, it would trip the safety switch in the heater, and so the heater either wouldn't light or wouldn't stay lit. Sometimes it would light, but then it would go out. Anyway, what I discovered is when I start it now on a new tank, I just turn it very slowly, just like that, and I just turn it a little bit like that, and then I light the heater, and when I get the heater going, then I gradually turn it up all the way. But yeah, that seems to work, rather than turning it up all the way and then lighting the heater. Yeah. So that's a little trick anyway that I figured out. It only took me 2 years, or 3 years to figure it out, but I'm a little slow. I admit it, I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow in the head. Yes, I am. Anyway, there's Rocky. Good night, Rocky. I love you. Let me turn off the light so I'm not shining it obnoxiously in your facial region. I love you, sweetheart. Anyway, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about that truck yet. I know I can't go on doing what I've been doing because it's ruining me. It's taking me right back into a bankrupt situation is what it's doing, really. I mean, I've never actually officially gone bankrupt, but I mean, well, you know what I mean. It's completely taken me back so that I'll be even worse off. Or at this point, I actually am. Other than the fact that I do have a truck, I'm worse off than I was when I lost my house. So, and that's happened in just over the course of a few months of owning that truck. And it's partially the truck, because the truck has high miles on it. And whenever you get that kind of mileage, this is what they do, is they self-destruct. They just start braking. But the trouble is, I couldn't find anything that was any better than that in my price range, and I needed to get something because of all this situation with this camp. Anyway, I didn't have the luxury of waiting, and so I bought what I could afford, but I really can't afford it. That's the problem, you know. Anyway, the bottom line is, it's probably going to keep doing this. It's probably going to keep breaking down. And at this point, everything is so expensive. You know, and see, I used to be able to drive with the older vehicles because they were mechanically simple and the parts were dirt cheap. So I used to drive pretty cheaply. And that's really the only way I can drive, is to drive cheaply. But the days of driving cheaply are over. And so I don't know. I probably am not going to be able to drive anymore, realistically. And I mean, with that truck, the chances of me being able to make any real money with it aren't great. Because, of course, the more I try to work it, the more I drive it, and the more I try to work it, the more often it'll break down. So whatever I make, right now, whatever I make is going directly into repairs. I'm paying for all the repairs that have already been done. That's where all my money from working is going right now. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I know I can't keep going on like I am because I'm digging a huge hole for myself. I'm getting myself into a lot of trouble. But I do need to keep the truck right now because I have to move this camp, so I need to keep it for the time being anyway. I'm going to hate to give it up because it'll mean giving up my independence again. And it'll mean going back to pushing a wheelbarrow around everywhere and all the hardship of that. You know, pushing a wheelbarrow full of groceries and propane canisters and things through snowstorms and, in the rain and in the heat of the summer and everything else. I'm not looking forward to that. I did that already and I didn't like it. And also being dependent on other people to take me places, which again, that's another awful thing. I don't like that. So yeah, anyway, that's the whole problem. That's where we're at. Yeah, anyway, but I do think the truck is going to have to go. And honestly, I'm getting to the point where I hate the truck. I'm actually getting to the point where I resent the truck because I see it as taking me backwards and not taking me forwards like I had hoped it would. But there again, that's my fault. I haven't managed things very well. So, I mean, the truck is a truck. It has no control over anything. It's my fault. That's all.